Let's call this meeting to order with Representatives Gardner, Fritchie, Norman, and Pulaski in attendance. Anyone else?
Well, I don't know if we're getting anyone else online.
I
Because
don't,
usually,
they said that.
usually
Greg and
Tom said he was coming. But
Okay,
he's confused about the time.
the time, yeah. So maybe he'll join at the end. Okay. We have two orders of business tonight. The first one being Sutton Park improvements for additional funding. Representative Pulaski, do you mind reading this into the record?
Oh, as soon as I get it up.
Oh yeah, sorry. Gardner or Fritchie, if you have it first, feel free to.
You take this one. Want me to take this one, Doris?
Sure, you take this
Yeah.
one off.
Great.
Right, resolution authorizing increased funding for improvements at Sutton Park. Whereas the town council and RTM had previously funded improvements at the town of Sutton Park through a combination of grants, Connecticut bond fund allocations, ARPA funding, and CIP resources for a total amount of $3,188,071. And whereas the lowest bid received was substantially over the budgeted amount, and whereas town staff worked with the low bidder to make changes to the project that would bring the costs more in line with the budget, and whereas the town council wishes to provide increased funding for removal and replacement of the skate park bowl and to retain the addition of a second basketball court, now therefore be it resolved that the town council authorizes an additional $160,000 from the town capital reserve fund to the Sutton Park CIP to removal and replacement of the skate park bowl and for the addition of the second basketball court, and refer to the RTM per Rule 6.5.3. So moved.
Seconded.
Great. Director Hanover, are you taking us through this to talk to us a little bit about this project, or who's taking us through?
I think Director Barry's there.
Director Barry, hello. Can you talk to us a little bit about this?
Sure.
I'd like to ask one thing beforehand. Emily, are you taking the notes so you can do the RTM presentation of the minutes the way we usually do, the way Sean usually does?
I can take the notes, but also I can take the notes.
Okay,
I just sort of feel like since you all will be in the room, I might want one of you to.
That's okay, but we can all do that. It's just,
Great.
we have to fill all of Sean's chairs, you know?
Yeah, do all of the jobs, man. He's an unsung hero. Okay, great. I'm on the notes. Director Barry.
All right. So I think this referral is pretty self-explanatory, but I can go over it again. So we have, we went out to bid. The bids that we received were higher than what we had budgeted. We are currently working with the lowest bidder, and they've been working with us. We have made, well, architects like to call it value engineering. So we have cut out some parts of the project. The reason that the council really wanted to see the skate park bowl complete is because we're making a lot of renovations to the skate park, but not making renovations to the bowl kind of leave you with this spot right in the middle. And a big part of the skate park is everything needs to kind of flow together. And if you've got this bowl in the middle, which the skaters don't use now, because when it was originally built, it was built too deep and the skaters don't use it. And it actually just catches water. And so it's more like a swimming pool. And I actually think it was a swimming pool contractor that built it. So the goal is to, they're actually going to raise the base of the bowl up so that it will allow skaters to kind of connect all the different elements together and not have this hole in the middle where the skaters kind of have to go around and not utilize. So that was, and this all started, I'm not sure who was on the RTM. This might have started like 5 or 6 years ago. There was a number of skaters that came to the council and said, look, we really would like to have renovations made to the skate park. As that was happening, we were looking at the Sutton Park itself and realized that we really had the town had disinvested in that park. That the playground is considerably old and needs to be replaced. You know, we've had to fabricate a number of pieces just to keep it keep it open. And there was a number of other issues that needed to be dealt with. So at that time, the decision was made, let's, invest and kind of reinvigorate this park. And we've talked to a number of people about the different elements that they would like to see in the park. And, the primary focus again was the skate park. We're also looking to replace the playground. There is an existing basketball court, and due to the level of use, the council saw fit that we really should add a second basketball court. To add that back in, because that was one of the items that was had been cut when we value engineered, but the council said they felt like we should, they wanted to see that put back in. So that's kind of where we are now. And just to let you know, I talked to John earlier today, and he said there's about $2 million in capital reserve funds. That was what he estimated was in there right now. So there is enough money in there to cover this request for $160,000.
Okay, I think, I know of people personally that really value the skate park and would love to see these renovations happen.
Yeah,
And I also realize that it's not only critical for Groton, but it's the closest one around for a while. So all the local area people come as well.
yes, it is. You're absolutely right. It's a regional attraction.
Right.
It does, at one time, it was probably like the best skate park around, and we haven't really done a whole lot to it in a number of years. And I think once we're done, it will rise again and be the best skate park in the region.
Yeah, we had a big turnout the last time that we talked about funding the improvements to the skate park.
Yeah.
We saw just how many people cared enough to come take a night out of their lives to see it.
Yeah,
And given my question was going to be, do we really have the funds to do this? But it seems like we have a nice buffer. It's not going to really impact the taxpayer.
right.
So
Exactly.
I'm all for it.
Yes.
I'm very happy to see that the second basketball court is staying in, because there's a lot more kids that play basketball than,
Yes.
than are serious skate parkers.
Right. Yeah, it's two different groups, two different user
It's two
groups.
entirely.
It
different-
is, yeah. And, the great thing is, there's lights there now. The kids, skaters, basketball players will be able to stay there until like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night,
Yes.
which, having those different groups, in a highly visible area, and, I think just makes a lot of sense, knowing where the kids are, knowing that they're doing a healthy activity versus, they could be any other place in town. And
Yes.
yeah.
And do you see additional spending other than this, 160,000? Are you going to be coming back next year?
I hope not, because we have come back a couple of times, but
Yeah, this seems recurrent, so I sort of.
it is, yes. And I think if you look at any, you talk to any organization that is working to construct any type of project, I think you'll all hear that they're just shocked at how much the prices have gone up.
Yes, I think that's true.
Yeah, and that's what we're,
State knows about that.
and that's what we're dealing with is, just the cost of everything. But like
Yeah.
I said, we have the contractor that we're working with has been very amenable to the requests that we've made, and we have scaled back the project, and they're perfectly fine, continuing to work with the town in order to see this project.
And what did you remove from the project, since it isn't fixing the bowl or adding the second
Right.
floor.
Yes, so.
That was the other thing I was.
So some of the things we cut out were, I don't want to say non-essential, but they weren't first priority parts of the skate park. So there was some shade structures. The entrance had this really cool kind of wrapped around, I don't want to call it a shade structure. Kind of like a pergola. And, you know, that alone, I think was $150,000. They've also changed, how some of the skate park will be constructed. They've pulled out like granite curbing and we're looking at putting in, and Greg, help me if I got this wrong, but I think they're putting in kind of paved curbing versus granite curbing. So some of those elements are coming out of the project.
Okay,
Yeah. Oh, and the other thing is we've changed because right now there's no bathroom. There hasn't been a bathroom in Sutton Park for 19 and 20 years.
Yeah,
We've had
I
a
know.
porta there. And so originally we were going to have a bathroom constructed, and we've opted to go with a prefab bathroom, which I think saves us $150,000.
okay, but there will be a bathroom then.
There will be a bathroom.
Okay, it
Yes.
just won't be as fancy one.
Well, it's actually pretty similar to. It's actually pretty similar to what we had originally planned. Just because it's prefabricated, it's less money. But it's gonna have the same number of stalls. It will have a utility closet. And for what we have there now, it's a substantial improvement.
Well, nothing,
Yeah, well, we've had a.
anything is an improvement.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Other questions?
That's mostly used, is that already been built?
That's what's there now.
That's not better than I previously seen, is it, they've been doing some work on it quite a bit lately.
No, we haven't started any work at Sutton Park. There's been minor work, patches and repairs to the skate park, but there has not been, that. I think that playground was put in 1996. And playground designs have changed, safety standards have changed. So we haven't done anything in there.
That's the original playground.
I don't know if it was the original or if there was one prior to that, but I know it's pretty old.
30 years. Yeah, that's what I remember my 40 something going down there. Like,
That was.
and that had to be like.
Yeah, you can see some.
There was, oh, sorry, there was
I
one.
remember.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
I'll just say that every time I've gone down there, there's lots of
Lots
kids
of kids.
playing it.
Yes,
And it's really,
yeah,
it's really pretty cool.
yeah.
The whole set part.
Yeah, and the other part of this project, and we've got, and this was one of the grants that we got was a community connectivity grant. And we're actually building a multi-use path that's going to connect to the existing multi-use path that's on Route 1. It's gonna go through the entire park and connect out to Midway Oval, which will be
Great part of this
fantastic.
going to school too.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll almost have a complete loop the kids can ride from Route 1 all the way around. It's gonna, and they just repaved Industrial Drive and they're putting down they're putting down markings for bikers on Industrial Drive, and then that's gonna connect out to Depot Road.
These pictures that I'm looking at don't talk to bikes, but I've seen many of the kids riding bikes on them.
Oh, yeah, we just, it's October 13th, I think, we opened up the pump track. And that has just been
With the bicycle.
every single day you go over there, there's kids over there.
Yeah.
It's packed on the weekends and, yeah, that's been wonderful.
That's what we'd rather have them do.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Like good fun, clean
Yeah.
fun.
And we, Bike Groton, which is a bike advocacy group here, received a couple of different grants, of the state of Connecticut, and they've actually purchased bikes that are designed for the pump track. And we're now working with them to find an instructor and then have those bikes available to kids that don't necessarily have those kind of bikes. Because it does take a special kind of bike, so there'll be opportunities for kids to learn how to properly ride a pump track. And then also have access to, we'll loan them the bike for the afternoon while they learn how to ride. We'll be setting up regular times for that.
They only have to read what, three chapters out of each of the historic things that have been written about in order to be allowed to use that park.
We can tie it into
I'm
literacy.
kidding.
Oh, okay. All
Improve
right.
that too.
Lost me there.
Anything else, y'all? Are we ready to vote on this?
Yep.
And Rep. Dean Chimbra, I think I see you there in the back. Hello. Okay, so all in favor of approving these funds for Sutton Park?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Abstentions? Okay, this passes 5-0. Great. Next thing, the Nature Everywhere grant. Rep. Pulaski, do you mind reading this one?
Yes, I don't mind. Resolution authorizing, applying and accepting the Nature Everywhere Communities Catalytic Grant. Whereas Groton Public Schools have been jointly participating with the town's Department of Parks and Recreation and the town's Office of Planning and Development Services in the Go and Get Outdoors Groton Initiative. And whereas the Nature Everywhere Committee's Catalytic Grant would help ensure equitable ongoing access to nature for children and youth across town. And whereas the grant would be used to purchase and install nature-based playground equipment at the elementary schools, provide outdoor learning experiences for students, and incorporate nature-based activities and lessons into the school day. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the town council authorizes the Groton Public Schools Board of Education to apply for and accept a grant for $50,000 for the Nature Everywhere Communities Catalytic Grant, and to refer the item to the RTM per Rules 6.5.3. And so moved.
Do you have a second? Is that Gardner?
Sure.
Thanks. Appreciate everyone bearing with me on this. Okay. Superintendent Austin, and sorry, I'm not sure of your name. Do you want to take us through this?
Sure.
Yeah, Ben Moon is our K-5 STEM coordinator, and he oversees the intra-district magnets and also the Go Groton initiative with others.
That's right.
Great. I love it. My 4-year-old wants to be a scientist when she grows up, so watch out for her.
He's in Groton schools because we do the best.
Awesome. All right. Well, yeah, so I can tell you a little bit about the Nature Everywhere grant and the initiative that we've been involved with. Just a little background on that. We formed a collaboration between the school system, the town of Groton Parks and Rec, the town of Groton Planning Department, and Groton Open Space Association. So our organizations all came together with a shared interest in getting kids outdoors more often.
And their families.
And their families. We were connected with an organization called the Children and Nature Network. And through Children and Nature Network, there was an opportunity called Nature Everywhere Communities, becoming a Nature Everywhere community. So we formed this collaborative. We call it Go Groton or Get Outdoors. We've been working with the Nature Everywhere initiative for about 2 years, meeting with them monthly. They provided us with technical assistance and connected us with other communities around the country that are involved in similar work. It gave us access to grant funding. So round one was a grant that Parks and Rec received. With that money, we hired a youth organizer, we hired interns from Fitch High School, and really used that funding to provide outreach to the community. Through all that outreach, we discovered the community is super interested in getting kids outdoors more often. They talked to us about some of the barriers with that, the biggest one being time. Busy families trying to find time to get people out. So through all that outreach, we decided to apply for our next round of funding, which is the grant that you have before you tonight, the catalytic grant for $50,000. It was a competitive grant. So we were awarded, I think we were one of 8 communities across the country. A significant amount more than that applied. And this $50,000 will be used to make sure we get more kids access to the outdoors. So we put funding in there for nature-based play equipment at some of our elementary schools. We have funding in there for a nature trail on the Groton Middle School campus, something that the staff has been talking about there for a little while. We've got some funding in there to continue to build up our outdoor learning infrastructure. So a lot of our schools have outdoor learning classrooms, but not all of them do. So we want to continue to upgrade that infrastructure. And then lastly, we have money in there to pay teachers to build and make curriculum connections to our existing curriculum. So to see what kind of lessons we can take outdoors to again provide more opportunities for kids to be outdoors. So we're super excited that we were awarded, and can't wait to get started on the work. So
Our goal is that all 7 schools have a trail, a nature trail right there at Access, and our kids and teachers are taking advantage of it where it is on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And to have outdoor classrooms, to have greenhouses, and these have all been paid for by grants, and there's nothing like a kid digging in the garden and being outdoors away from technology. So we're all believers in this. You know, it's like amen. So that's my goal before I retire, 100%.
Great. We say in my household, when in doubt, go outside.
Yeah, that's right.
that's right.
I agree.
Okay. Representatives, what questions do you have on this grant?
Are there any matching funds required from either the town or Board of Ed?
No, nothing required. I mean, I'll serve as project director, you know, for the funding. So, you know, a small portion of my time, you know, will be directed towards working on this project, but there's no matching funding required.
Okay,
And
great.
I think as we've gotten other grants very similar, that this is just an addendum to really get to that 100% goal.
I think it's a great idea. I was just wondering if there was going to be any impacts to the taxpayer. It sounds like there's not. So I don't see a reason to say no.
And this
Yeah,
is a
we're-
project I'd love to see more of, like us working together as community, bringing us all together, because that's where we get the best bang for our buck, like to really do this together. And this is one of many, I think, that you've done at the school side, with the town side and the Parks and Rec. There's a lot of really good people in this town who have like similar goals. So
We had representatives from all those different organizations that I mentioned, like Groton Open Space
Yeah.
and Mark's department and Parks and Rec, John Reiner's department, planning.
GOSA,
With GOSA.
oh my gosh, they've been wonderful.
So it was a really good example of different parts of the town all working together for a common goal. So it's been a fun project.
I'm wondering, what is nature-based playground equipment? Is this plastic trees or something?
Well, there's a couple different ways you can go. You know, some communities will just use natural materials and use logs and stumps and, you know, totally natural materials to create play equipment. But then there's also equipment that is nature inspired, but designed to get kids more connected with nature. So there could be, you know, like tree stump style obstacle courses or sensory tables that get kids digging in the dirt. So there's a lot of different types of equipment that's out there.
One thing at my daughter's preschool, they have a hill that has a slide built into it. So you run up the hill and then you go down the slide rather than climbing up a ladder, if that makes sense.
Nice.
Also, are you doing any ocean-based stuff, say in connection with Avery Point?
Not specifically with this grant, but with other projects, we work really closely with Project O, with NESS. Sima Eben down at UConn Avery
Yeah.
Point has been a great partner on a bunch of different projects over the years. So, yeah, so again, not specifically with this one, but projects for sure.
We've had about 10 multi-million-dollar DODEA grants since I got here in 2014. And each one has a specific purpose, whether it's literacy, math, but a lot of STEM,
Yeah.
because it's through Department of Defense. So they really want to. And so we've really grown those partnerships and they're incredible. And each one of our schools has a theme. And some are more arts, but some are more STEM based. And the Marine Science School at Thames River,
Yeah.
we should have an open house for the community. Come and check out what they're doing because it's really cool. But yeah, so our kids are getting really vibrant enrichment along with the core curriculum.
Okay, I cannot tell you how many field trips I went on to Avery Point Marine Sciences.
Oh,
and fishing around that
Yeah.
tank and going on the boat.
The middle school.
Oh,
I
honest to
know.
goodness, they love that, and they do get, it runs all year and they get a lot out of it, a lot more than you would ever think they do, and it plants that seed. It really plants the seed, so.
And in our community, it gives access to kids who may not have
Yeah.
had it.
Oh,
Or maybe even
absolutely.
kids who do, but see it in a different educational light.
Absolutely.
Any other questions?
Oh, no, we're not letting them.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I know we're running short on time because it took us a minute. Are folks ready to vote or do we have more? Ready to vote? Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
I know.
Any abstentions? Okay, that passes out with 5 to 0. And
Thank you.
with that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second, Dean Chinbrat. Great. And we are adjourned. For sort of the finance committee folks, I am going to take the notes that I took, PDF them, and then reply on the chain since I won't be in person tonight. So if someone can pull them up and read them at the lectern, that would be helpful. Feel free to add your own spin. You do not have to read my words word for word. Okay. I appreciate y'all. Okay. Bye.
Yeah.